Well, draft day 2014 is over. Terrance Mitchell goes 7th round, 254th overall. Congratulations first on being drafted, and you're with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. You know, it's a blessing. Happy to be here. I'm happy to still be able to further my football career.
So what was it like? What was your draft day like? Obviously, I don't know if you paid attention on the first round and the second round, but what was draft day like for you?
Well, draft day, you know, starting from Thursday, you know, I knew I had a first-round ability, honestly. You know, looking at all the other cornerbacks, I felt like I could definitely play with them, same ability. So what I did was I worked out on Thursday. Then woke up Friday for the next draft day. You know, I was still in the air. You know, second, third round, just hoping. You know, I kept my phone close. But, you know, it was just a roller coaster ride. It didn't happen for me. And then Saturday, woke up again. I really didn't watch it, but I had my phone also handy. And, you know, it was a tough day, but it ended great.
Now, are you getting calls during the day from other coaches, or was it just the Cowboys that called you?
Well, towards the 6th round, a lot of teams were calling, you know, talking about like free agency. You know, it was a humbling day. It was a humbling day.
Tell me about when the news came in, when you knew you were going to get drafted in the 7th round by the Cowboys. Who called you, and what was that feeling like?
Jerry Jones gave me a call. Well,
the big man.
Yeah, I talked to him, and it was just, man, like I said, I was exhilarated. You know, I was happy. To have a new home.
A kid coming from Sacramento gets a phone call from Jerry Jones. That's got to make you feel good.
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. You know, he's one of the best owners ever. So, you know, it's just a great opportunity for me right now. I'm just happy.
Tell me about the opportunity, Terrance, about being here. We were talking earlier about right now you're gonna back up 3 of the veterans that are here. Orlando Scandrick is one of those. Morris Claiborne. You feel you got a good opportunity to stick on the team and make the 2014 squad?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, you know, I go out there and compete every day to my best ability. I'm gonna definitely be on that roster.
Yeah. Tell me about your first day workout. You came in, you checked in here at the complex yesterday, but you worked out for the first time today in rookie minicamp. What was it like being out there throwing the helmet on with the star?
It was a new feel. You know, that I ain't gonna lie, the helmet fit kind of perfect. The helmet fit perfect, and shit, it was just great getting back out on the field.
Was it?
It was crazy.
You talked about the pace, the tempo. Everyone knows how the tempo is at Oregon. You talked about the tempo being up-tempo here. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the tempo today was crazy. You know, it was one thing to the next thing. You know, Oregon did great getting me prepared for here, and just hearing all the different things the coaches been telling me here, and just telling the other players. You know, Oregon. It makes me respect Oregon even more, because Oregon, they were pretty much on point with everything, different philosophies, terminologies that are still being used here. Yeah. So Oregon did a great job in preparing me.
Have you talked to Coach Garrett much, and your secondary coach is Jerome Henderson? Have you had much conversation about them, and what's that been like? Oh
yeah, Coach Jerome Henderson, you know, he's a great coach. You know, man, I'm loving him. You know, we having meetings. The meetings been good. Pretty straightforward, everything. Wants me to go out there and compete to my best ability, but great coach.
You know, you just talked about, let's go back for a second, you talked about Oregon preparing you. Coach, your secondary coach at Oregon, Coach Neal, and I'm sure he'll be happy to hear this, but how did he himself prepare you to make the jump from Division I, from Oregon, to the NFL?
Well, one thing that Coach Neal, you know, harped on a lot was deliberate practice and deliberately working on something to better yourself, and, you know, steadily on me about running to the ball. That's the same thing here. Just playing your coverage right. That's our same thing here. So Coach Neal did a great job in preparing me.
Got to ask you before we go, some of your teammates were drafted by the Eagles. What's it going to be like? I mean, there's no doubt everyone knows about the Eagles and the Cowboys. What's it going to be like to play against Josh?
Well, you know, when I got the phone call, I checked the schedule. I know we play the Eagles on Thanksgiving. You know, it's going to be a great opportunity. You know, I can't wait to go against Chip and Josh Huff and all my other Oregon teammates over there. It's just great, though. I'm happy.
Taylor got drafted as well. You know, Avery went to Baltimore. Ducks had a pretty good turnout for this NFL draft. You happy about that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, some of the guys, you know, we didn't go where we thought we were going to go in situations, but we're blessed to be able to continue to play and had the opportunity to show that, you know, we were better than where we were at. So that's all. It's just a blessing to be able to still show.
I want to give you a chance to talk to the fans back in Eugene. We're all proud of you, of course, for what you've done. You had a great career at Oregon, even though you came out. But we're happy that you've stuck here. What's your message back to the fans at Oregon?
Man, shoot. Once a duck, always a duck, and I'm going to be back to support my fellow D-boys and everybody else on the team. And, shoot, Oregon is always a home for me.
How are they going to do this year?
Oregon going to be great. They're going to be great with the coaching staff they have and the players they have. They're going to be able to do some good things.
With Terrance Mitchell at the Cowboys practice facility in Irving, I'm Warren Williamson with Terrance. This is Oregon Duck Football News.